हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, ये एक और प्रॉब्लम आई है अभी सरफेस टेंशन पर लेकर के। तो अभी हम लोग डिस्कस कर रहे हैं इस प्रॉब्लम को। वाटर इन अ क्लीन एक्वेरियम फॉर्म्स अ मेनिस्कस, राइट। फिगर आपके सामने है दैट वाटर इन अ क्लीन aquarium forms a meniscus as illustrated in this figure. Calculate the difference in the height h between the center and the edge of meniscus. Surface tension is given to there, right? Which means here you have this, you have a glass plate, because aquarium, the walls of aquarium are normally from the glass, of glass. So this is a glass plate. Water is filled in that aquarium, and due to surface tension there is some meniscus formed. Though contact angle is not given in this question, so it is assumed that the contact angle between the glass and water will be 0 degree. You can think of one, you can take contact angle equals to 0 degree now. Now, the concepts which are used in this question are as follows. If we imagine a horizontal level, if you imagine or we imagine a horizontal level, in this level, consider the horizontal level. Here, since the surface is exposed to the atmosphere, so it is very obvious that pressure at this point will be equals to the atmospheric pressure, let's say P naught. And at this horizontal level, pressure at every point at this horizontal level, the pressure at every point must be equal under the equilibrium condition. So pressure at this point should also be P naught. Each and every point on this line will have same pressure P naught. And if we move h distance above this point, right? So if we move h distance above this point and reach to the top of meniscus, then the pressure at this point should be, since we are going upward, which is against gravity, by a fundamental concept of fluid mechanics, the pressure h distance above this level should be P naught minus rho g h, where rho is density of liquid, right? Notice that I have used a negative sign. Why? The reason why I have used a negative sign is because we are going upward, which is against gravity, and pressure will decrease in the upward direction. Therefore, it should be P naught minus rho gh. Now, if you think of a three-dimensional figure, then the walls of aquarium will be something like this. The walls of aquarium are something like this. Think it in three-dimensional view. The free surface of liquid will be in contact with this glass wall, and the meniscus will be formed like this. So here, if I have a length here, let's say this length is small l. We are considering this figure in a three-dimensional view now, and in a three-dimensional view, situation will be something like this, right? Here you will have this glass plate. So this is a view in a three dimension. I'm trying to visualize the figure. Now, this is free surface of liquid. This curvature is the free surface of liquid, right? By the property of surface tension, this portion, this curved portion, let this portion be A, and this portion of surface is B. This is a line on the free surface. This is a line on the free surface of liquid, and as per property of surface tension, if you consider any line on the free surface of liquid, then the two parts of that free surface, they pull each other. Part A will pull the part B, and part B will pull the part A. So force by this part B on this line should be on the right hand side according to the property of surface tension. This force will be on the right hand side direction. And how much will be this force? Well, this can be obtained by the definition of surface tension. If capital T is surface tension, or here it is denoted by gamma. So if gamma is surface tension, then gamma multiplied by this length on which the force of surface tension is acting is the force by surface tension. And remember, the force by surface tension is always a pulling force in nature. It is always a pulling force in nature. Right? Now we are going to consider this part of liquid. Here, this left part, think of this figure now. Think of this figure, think of this figure. Let me draw it separately. You have a curved free surface in a three-dimensional view. We have a curved free surface like this. Here we have a straight line of length L. The force on this line is on the right hand side, which is gamma into L. That is the force by surface tension. On the left side, this free surface is like this. You can think of the diagram like this. Okay. So the liquid which is trapped between these surfaces, surface in contact with the glass, free surface, number one, the surface which is in contact with the glass, and this horizontal surface. So if you draw free body diagram of all forces acting on this liquid, free body diagram of this part of liquid. If you think of free body diagram of this part of liquid, then what are the forces? This surface was in contact with the glass. So the glass will exert a normal reaction force on this surface. That normal reaction force on the surface should be, that normal reaction force on this surface will be average pressure. Average pressure can be obtained by P naught minus rho GH at this top point, P naught at the bottom point. So the average pressure will be P naught minus rho GH by 2. This is the average pressure and the area of this surface. This length was considered to be L and this was given as height H. So area will be L into H. This much force will be on this portion of liquid which is in contact with the wall of aquarium. Now, this free surface which is in contact with the atmosphere will exert a force on the free surface. The atmosphere will exert a force on the free surface, and the force by this atmosphere will have two components, one to the left side and obviously one to the downward side. The component which is towards the left side can be obtained by atmospheric pressure P naught multiplied by the projected area, concept of projected area. And if we project this curved surface onto the wall of aquarium, if you project this curved surface on the wall of aquarium, then its projected area should be L multiplied by H. So this force, the component of force to the left side should be P naught multiplied by projected area on the wall of aquarium, and that is L into H. We are not interested in the vertical forces. We will consider the horizontal forces on this part of liquid. So one horizontal force will be from the wall of aquarium. Second horizontal force will be a component of atmospheric force towards the left side. And the third horizontal force on this part of liquid is this pulling force by surface tension. So that is the third force, which is gamma into L. So overall, there are three horizontal forces. Overall, there are three horizontal forces in this shaded part. If you consider the free body diagram of the shaded part, you will have three forces here. And for equilibrium, this force on the right side, which is P naught minus rho g h by 2 into LH, it is on the right hand side, plus the force of surface tension, which is gamma into L, is on the right hand side, should be equal to this left side force, which is P naught multiplied by LH. Right? And when we simplify it, we get H equals to square root of 2 times of gamma divided by rho g. And if we put the numbers, it is approximately 0.4, I think it is 0.4 millimeter. You can check the answer. I'm not sure about this number, but yes, it will be square root of 2 times of gamma, which is the coefficient of surface tension, divided by rho g. Right. Try to understand this question. Try to convince yourself. Try to convince yourself. Right. Okay. So this was my question from surface tension fluid mechanics question given by one student. It can be helpful for other students who are preparing for a J exam and who want to understand the concept of meniscus forced by the surface tension. Hope this question is clear to you. Stay home, stay safe, and all the best for your J examination.